The US rally has been driven by the Mag 7. What about EM performance? What does that mean for markets like India that currently have limited AI exposure?
Yeah, so that's a good question, Sonal, and I think viewers should be able to see, what you have pulled up on the slide over here, which essentially gives you a perspective on AI in the context of emerging markets. So, if you look at the slide on the left-hand side, it shows you within various markets in the Asia Pac region as well as within emerging markets, what percentage of the stocks could potentially be identified as beneficiaries of AI. So in markets like Taiwan, that's as high as 80%. In markets like China and Korea, that's about 32 to 40%. In the EM and APAC index, it's about 23%. And then, of course, as you come down that list, and let's say by the time you get to Saudi Arabia, it's down to 0.4. And you can see India, it's almost, marginal, and therefore, which is why there is no number mentioned over there. So essentially, AI is the beneficiaries of the AI theme are very significantly present in EM, but not present in India. Now, how does this matter? If you look at the chart on the right hand side, it starts with the base of Jan 2025, and you can see that the AI beneficiaries are up almost 100% from Jan 2025. And if you see the rest of the market, it is up about 30% from Jan 2025. So essentially, the AI related stocks, the beneficiaries of AI related investment, have driven over 50% of the emerging market return by rising almost 85% from their base in Jan 2025. So, in a nutshell, AI has been a big driver of global equity market performance in the last 15 to 18 months. In the US, we talk about the Mag 7, but even in the EM and APAC indices, almost a quarter of the benchmark is related to AI or beneficiaries of AI, and that has been a driver of market. In India, we have negligible AI exposure, and that has resulted in relatively muted market performance. But I would not point to AI as being the only reason for underperformance. Keep in mind that starting valuations for India vis-a-vis the rest of the world looked very different in 2025, with India being expensive compared to those markets. And remember that there are some markets which have done very well, including, for example, on the same sheet, if you look at markets like Poland or even something like a Brazil, which has very limited exposure to AI, but those markets have also been solid performers over the last 15 months. So while AI explains some degree of outperformance of EM stocks, it is not the only driver of EM performance. So that's the important point also that I would recommend, or rather, it's the important caveat that I would put, that AI is a driver, but there are other factors as well which have contributed to the outperformance of EM relative to India.
Mutual fund investments are subject to market risks. Read all scheme related documents carefully.